Cool.
Yeah, so I'll get started first. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to our HomeHub Town Hall. First time ever town hall we've had for HomeHub, so we're super excited. So I'm Danielle, if you haven't met me before, with the marketing group, and we're here today to talk about HomeHub. Again, this is geared towards ASCs, RSCs, and office managers too as well. So we're here today to help you learn about HomeHub, how to overcome those objections, right, that you get from the agents, how to answer questions, and find out what offices are doing that are having huge success with the program. Now, our HomeHub program partner, Live Easy, and for those in the know, we announced this past summer during the summer informational series. The brand name was changed from Move Easy to Live Easy because the program offers more than just moving. It's about managing your home and everything in between. So the program can be used by everyone. So it's my pleasure to introduce Live Easy's Senior Customer Success Manager, Kate Lesueur, who will be presenting today. So let's dive right in. Kate, take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I'm sorry. I am normally never late. I'm always early, so I'm already feeling a little flustered. I hope that this is not going to be an issue.
No
and can we all see my screen?
Yes.
We got you.
Awesome. All right. And then Danielle, just a reminder, how long do I have this morning?
What would you say, Carrie, a half hour?
Okay. That's what I have in my notes. Not a problem. Perfect.
Yeah. And then just with the question time too. So
not a problem. All right.
Thank you.
I know Louise has been on enough trainings that she knows I can talk quick. So she knows what we can get accomplished in 30 minutes. So, all right. Overcoming objections on HomeHub. Just in case people aren't familiar, I'm going to give a very brief kind of introduction, like I do every time we do this training, just so that we're at least aware and have some context. And then the kind of value prop behind it. And then we're going to go through actual objections that we've gotten from agents, go through what to make sure to do to not miss a transaction. And then I do have a cool little section on top offices. We're going to look at actual HomeHub stats for you all as well. All right. So a brief kind of introduction to the program. It's a moving and home management concierge. It's not just for movers. It's great for anyone that is living in any type of home or renting a home. It just keeps track of everything within their home that they'll probably be looking up online constantly anyway. So what happens is it usually starts with a real estate transaction. Once that deal has gone pending, they're going to get an invite to the moving dashboard. With the moving dashboard, they actually also get a real life concierge who's going to help them set up internet, cable, look for movers for them, utility providers, all of those things that we hate that happens during a move. And then, of course, the cool thing about this is about 30 days. So this is a newer feature. So 30 days after that close has happened, after title has transferred, the client's going to get invited to a home ownership dashboard. Home management really is better because renters are great for this as well. So from here, they can look for trusted home advisors. They can check to see if they're saving enough money on their internet, their cable, all of those great things. Again, that's going to just keep that agent top of mind. What's really cool about this, before I get to the next slide, is that the agent can actually the client can enter this kind of 360 view at any point. So it's not like they need to have that transaction to get to the moving dashboard to get access to the home ownership. They can actually be entered today, tomorrow. If they bought their house a year ago, they can join that home ownership dashboard. There's a button from there that asks about their next move. It's going to put them in touch with the ancillary services, Coast One Mortgage, Woodland Title, et cetera, at your brokerage. So at any point, the client can enter this kind of 360 end-to-end view. And the idea is that they're always going to be remembering that agent and that brokerage. A few things that Danielle asked that I share, because I know this gets a little confusing. The agent dashboard is not the client dashboard. So things that you are trying to see on the on the client dashboard, you won't be able to. So a lot of people reach out to Danielle and they're like, I don't see our ancillary services on there. I want to make sure that they're on there. They are on there. In fact, the reason you can't see them on the agent dashboard is because they are put into the back end system, so no one can edit them. That's why you don't see them, because they are always there front and center. They have their own little section to the dashboard. So please understand and know that they are on there. They are there for all of those clients. And here's an example of them. So you'll see on our new user interface, so we've actually got a prettier design now. You see title, warranty, mortgage, and then I'm clicking through just so that you do see they are there for all of your clients to review. All right. I promise. And if and you will get access to this dashboard as well if this is something that you want to share with any of the agents who are like, I don't see them on there. They will not see them on the agent dashboard because we don't want them to have to edit or look at them or do anything. They're going to be there no matter what.
Kate, if I could just throw in one point with there, I want to assure you all I've worked with Marty Garrity, Coast One mortgage loan officers, and they're all very well aware and trained on the program. They have some materials to use, and then their phone numbers also are available for another level of contact in the system too, for users to reach out to them. So just be assured that they are definitely 100% in there.
Thanks, Danielle. All right, so now I just want to very quickly go over why an agent might want to use this. All right. So I think the most important thing is just staying top of mind. We give this analogy a lot, but I think it makes a lot of sense. Agents tend to send out e-cards or cute little postcards that just have their information, that, you know, give something about them in hopes that someone is going to look at it, open it, and remember that agent's information. Well, a lot of times with those e-cards, they kind of just unsubscribe or they throw them away or they delete it, whatever it may be. In this case, we want to make sure the agent stays top of mind with something that provides value to the client. And that's what that end-to-end management's about. So being able to keep track of your appliances and your utility information, and being able to upload home documents and look at the value of your home and the loan balance. These are things that clients are going to be looking at. And of course, it's branded to the agent so that you are always top of mind when it comes to anything real estate. Providing the same white glove service to anyone, no matter where they're moving, how much they're spending, doesn't matter. We are a personalized service. This white glove is our biggest differentiator, which means it's the agent's biggest differentiator as well. We are real people helping those clients. We are not artificial intelligence or a call center or a bot somewhere overseas. We are actually close by to you all. We're in Columbus, Ohio. So we are there providing that white glove service. It does feel like a very personalized experience. We do provide the agents a unique URL and a listing page that can go in their CMA. This is really a great way to add to your value prop, to pull new leads, to cultivate leads, to generate leads, to get people to understand what you're able to offer as an agent, which therefore is going to bring in that repeat and referral business. I love talking about referrals with this because, again, we are available throughout the entire United States, which how great would it be to have a client move out of your area, which would not be that great, but move out of your market area, but still use this service, and you're able to get that referral by helping them find an agent. Again, it's just really all about that service. All right. When I say about staying top of mind, this is the one that we really want to look at. And this is our, a new slide that we've added that really, I think, kind of illustrates how great the Live Easy platform and HomeHub is. So there's all these crazy stats out there. How long does someone remember the agent after they purchase? It's like, you know, 90% of people would use their agent again, but only 12% do because they forget their agent's name. How terrible to know that you've just helped someone with the most expensive purchase of their life and then you forget their name, right? So what are a way to stay top of mind to make sure that that does not happen is with the home management dashboard. So everyone is so focused on generating leads, adding things to their CRM, their CMA, etc. We are here helping with that repeat and referral business, no matter how many years down the line it is for those clients to stay in touch with that agent. Now the fun part, you guys all are going to be able to unmute a lot during this, or I hope you do at least. What are some objections you hear from agents about this service? Feel like I'm like a stand-up comedy, like improv, like, you know, hit me with something and let's see what we can do. What are some of those objections you hear?
My agents say they are not getting the emails when their properties go under contract.
Oh,
Well, Deborah, lucky for you, that's such an easy objection because I just need to check with my tech team to make sure that we have that white labeled, and then that should no longer be an issue. I will be in touch.
Great.
Danielle, are you making some notes of some of these too, if you that we can
Yes, I
review?
am. Oh,
Thank
yeah, for sure. So we'll get that taken care of for you and your agents for sure.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Like, are we not hearing any objections? Because if we're not, then I would say it's probably because agents aren't really even aware of the service. You know, sometimes, or maybe they love it. Does anyone have any feedback at all? Don't worry. I have 7 slides of objections, so you don't need to come up with them. But if there were any, I at least wanted to address them.
I've got one to share that I hear a lot from agents and ASCs about the agents too, as well as, hey, you know, my agent doesn't want to share their client's contact information.
Yeah, you know what, Daniel, that's probably one of the largest ones. And ironically, I don't even think that's on one of my slides, which is silly. I should have added that first. So just so everyone is aware, the client information, who are we concerned with sharing that with? Because at this point, it is totally private from the broker, from the brokerage. You actually have your own dashboard that hosts your own clients that are private. There's no way for them to get that information. The other thing that's kind of cool to know about, we are PCI compliant. That is going to come up on one of these objections, which means that we can't save things that are on the screen. We can't like copy and paste or screen share. There's a lot of ways in which we're not able to take any of that information. And also, you know, I think a lot of times we don't really need the information. We don't want it. The broker doesn't want it. They want the agents to have it. They want you to be the ones staying in touch with those clients. So please know that there is a very secure and private component to our dashboard that we're not doing anything else with that client's information. And while I'm kind of on this this little podium here, the other thing is our business model. We do not share, sell, or spam any client. Through and through, we don't do it. It is wholeheartedly against our business model. In fact, we were basically founded to not do that. So we don't take any of that information. We don't provide it to anyone. I will say there are agents that call all the time and they say, "Stop calling my client. You know, you're bothering them, or you're reaching out too much." And more often than not, in fact, 99.999%, it's not us. Keep in mind, as soon as a deal is gone contingent, pending, it's out there, there is so much public data that's going through other systems that gets clients' information. So please know it's not going to be us that is doing that for the client. If you are in any way concerned, you know, when they call like a cable company, that right there, giving their information, that cable company, unless they say that they're securing that data, that could now be the reason why Home Depot and Lowe's won't stop sending you emails, right? So just keep that in mind as well. All right, so I'm going to ask you all to think about some of these, because I think that's the best way to learn and respond to them. When the agent says, "I really don't need this site. I have my own system of doing things and I have my own resources. So I already have an assistant that does all the moving stuff and I already have a list of all of my people." What would you say to those agents?
Kate, I know for me, a lot of the agents they've been in the business in my office for 7 to 10 years. So they do have a list of all of their people, but they like that HomeHub consolidates it all into one place. So they're not constantly sending their clients, "Hey, I need a painter." 3 days later, "Hey, I need a mover. I need a pool guy." They like that they can just send it once and their clients can have everything all at once. And it's all in one place.
Yeah, that's so well said. That exactly handles that objection for sure. That was awesome. Thanks, Mercedes. So I would say, yeah, one, what a great thing to be able to give this in one like fail swoop, right? You have that agent has their own URL. I would say, okay, well then use that to give it out. When someone asks for one contractor, they're probably doing something that's going to need more than one, right? And they're going to keep coming back to you. You know, I don't know one project in my home where I've only had like the electrician and not the plumber, or the plumber and not the contractor, right? So definitely what Mercedes just said, I would say what a great way to consolidate all of that. The other thing is so one, your agents that add people, they will be highlighted as agent preferred. So what I would say to this is the one thing that kind of really handles this objection, is when that someone says, "Oh, well, I already have a list of my people." Okay, well, I'm going to go tell Joe the plumber, hey, I have you on a lovely piece of paper that I give out to all my clients, right? Joe doesn't really know if that's true. He's not seeing it. How cool would it be to be able to have this on a pretty little agent branded dashboard to send to those actual contractors and those trusted home pros? I would say I've actually added you to a branded website that I'm giving to everyone in my sphere, not just the people who get the piece of paper with your information on it, but really anyone. I'm sending it out to everyone I've ever met. And now when you get someone from that says, oh, I got your information from Kate LeSueur at Schmidt, give them a little bit more priority, a little higher service, kind of treat them better because you know that I'm putting you on this website, right? So use that to your advantage as well. Now, the next objection is I don't have any system or resources, so I don't want to use this because it's going to make my dashboard look really silly because there's going to be nothing in there. So on the other side of that objection, I would say, guess what? HomeHub and Danielle, they've already added some vendors for you. They've vetted that process. It will say brokerage preferred. And even if they haven't found someone, like I don't know, we have like a dog sitter or dog walker in there. Like maybe Danielle hasn't found anyone at the brokerage level to put in there. Even if that's the case, we have a partnership with Thumbtack where the client can get information without having to put their own information in there to see, how many people or how much it will cost or their hourly rate, etc. So that's the other side of the spectrum when they say, I don't have anything. Well, I don't want to send this out because I'm going to look really silly. No, you have all of that already fulfilled from either the brokerage or at the office level, you can do it, or again, Thumbtack. All right. Any questions about that objection? All right. As long as I keep breathing, I think we'll be good. Let's go to that next one. Oh, you know what? The last thing I'm going to say about this, sorry, I never stop talking, do I? I have my own system. So that's not necessarily referring to the trusted pros. That's that agent that says, well, I already have like my assistant who does all of this for them. I like being in control. They call and do all the utilities. Okay. Well, one, you sound like my mother because that's exactly how she would respond to this, right? She's like, I already have it and I don't like change. I'm not going to do it. That's fine. If that's something that you want to change, I'm not going to ask you to change that. I am going to say, how great would it be to have a trusted group of service people? And we're going to share some testimonials that will do this for you, how much time that will save. What if you actually don't know a lot about the area? Maybe you're really good with this part of Michigan, but not this part. We actually have a system that's going to find that and confirm it. The other thing is, if they don't want to use this for the moving dashboard, there's an incredible home management dashboard that's going to keep the agent top of mind. So when they say, I already have my own system, do you have an agent branded dashboard that's going to allow them to keep everything organized within their current home? Probably not. Well, we have that offered for you here at Schmidt Family. All right. My clients won't use this. Gosh, how many times does an agent say, my client's not going to use that? My client's not going to use that. They're not going to look at that presentation. They're going to only look at the paper I print because I don't like change. I'm thinking of all the things my mom says.
Mm-hmm.
What would we say to this? Does anyone have an answer to this objection? Perfect. Best part about this class is I have an answer for all of them. As much as I would love anyone to chime in, don't worry, it's covered. So first thing I would say is on average, we save a client $400 on any typical service on one of these phone calls. We provide, because of the relationship we have with HomeHub, we provide a better deal for almost everything a client would have to look for on their own if they come through us. So that's, internet, cable, that's security systems. We have solar deals now. We actually have a solar consultant that's available for free for your clients if they want green energy, who actually knows every state's, tax incentives and everything. So we already have that. And one, I always tell agents, you don't know what your client's going to use. In fact, what a great touch point. I would send it to all of my clients and I would say, let me know if you like this. Feel free to use it. I would love your feedback. We just said this right on the call the other day, Danielle. I think the easiest way for an agent to get a touch point is don't ask someone like, oh, please sign up and use this dashboard. I would say, I have a great favor to ask. Could you go in and check this out? Let me know what you think about it. I'd love to get your opinion or your feedback. Mm-hmm. Now they're in your dashboard and they feel like they're doing you a favor, right? It's a lot harder to say no to that than, hey, please sign up for my HomeHub dashboard. The other thing is whether they use that moving dashboard, same with what I just said, whether they use the moving dashboard or the home management dashboard, they have access to both of those. So please let them know about that. It's not just about the move. We also save, I'm trying to think. So I mentioned $400 typically per client. In general, we have saved clients in this past not calendar year, 365, $17,000 of time on hold. I put dollars, 17,000. I'm looking at notes right now in front of a bunch of things. I apologize. 17,000 hours from being on hold. So I would always say, my clients won't use this. Oh, okay, that's fine. Do they like sitting on hold? Totally cool with them. Have them have at it. There is a great campaign that we've seen with some of our brokerages. It says no one ever. And there's a cute little social media thing where they put, I love being on hold with the cable company. Said no one ever. Use HomeHub for, all help with your move. Or I trust anyone with my electrical work. Said no one ever, right? So keep that in mind with all the things that we can offer your client. It's on behalf of the agent, makes you look like a superstar. Why wouldn't you want to use it? I don't want to share my resources with other people. They'll be too busy when I need them. I don't want other people to see any of my added vendors. How many agents say that? Like, do you guys have all those emails where someone says, I need a plumber. Does anyone have someone? And there's one agent that's like, I'm not giving my person away.
I've totally heard that so many times. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can use him this one time, but you can't call him again, right? That's always how it is. Like, he's mine. He's always mine, right? So a few things about this. One, individual agents can add vendors to their dashboard. And if they do that, they will only be visible to their clients. All right. It's not shared across the brokerage. It's not shared across the office. The other thing about this is if you want more, like maybe you only have that one contractor that, all your clients are asking for, and you're already worried about that. A great touch point for agents as well is to go on social media and say, I've got this great new dashboard that I can add my trusted pros. Does anyone have a great experience with a contractor or a trusted pro that they'd love to share that information with me? I would love to add them to my dashboard. One, now you're getting engagements on social media. Someone's going to be giving you information. You can call that person to get more information. And now you have your dashboard that you can share to the person who shared it and the vendor to get them into your dashboard, right? What a great idea to get more touch points, to share a dashboard. I would probably do that on social media. I'd say, that's a great thing. We're going to reference that in 2 seconds, Strongsville office. But yeah, I think it's a great thing to be able to use that and then put your link on social media. Like, thanks to everyone that gave a recommendation. Strongsville office, such a valid point. This is such a huge concern is, I don't want to add my vendors on this dashboard so that everyone sees them. So a few things. The ASCs, who I believe are on the call, do know how to add vendors. If they add a vendor to their account, it will go to the whole office. The ASCs have been trained to add vendors for those agents, but they need to go in as the agent. So hopefully the agent's sitting with them while this is happening. If someone is really nervous about that, and they're like, I've got a CSV file of all of my vendors, they can send it directly to help@moveeasy.com, and we will make sure it is only in their dashboard. Once that's done, we'll let them know they can share their dashboard with their entire sphere. So hopefully that handles that objection.
Kate, I just want to say that was one of the main things, at least that I'm hearing from my office, that the agents really liked and why they started to use HomeHub as opposed to when it first launched, when it was available regionally. They didn't like that. So they like that it's private now. So that was definitely much appreciated when we did all the changes.
Oh yeah. I think especially because you think, what do clients always ask? I mean, there's like 3 questions they ask. What's my home worth? How's the market? And I need a contractor, right? I need someone. So what a great way to offer all of this on that dashboard. Mercedes, what office are you with?
I am with the Canton, Ohio office.
Oh, you're close by. All right. All right. I don't know how to access the program, right? Agents that are just going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to work hard. I'm not going to go in there. Okay. So a few things with this. The agents use the same URL that they send their client. So if there's an office meeting coming up, as an office manager, I would say, everyone on your computer, go to your dashboard, which is first name - last name .moveeasy.com. And I would bookmark it so that they have it there. They can add their vendors. They know it's readily available. If they don't know their password or they need help getting into the dashboard, they can ask Danielle. They can email Danielle, or they can email help@moveeasy.com. and then they will not have any issues. We are very close. I say this every time, but I really believe it, to getting you guys single sign-on from the dashboard. We're working with Moxie, and then this objection will be totally just null. It won't even make sense because it will be handled. All right, I already mentioned this one. I'm just going to go right into it because I only have 3 more minutes. So I don't want to have all those salespeople and spam call me, right? Does anyone like that? No, it's the worst thing in the world. I answer every phone call and it's always spam. So one thing, we're not salespeople, we are service people. That is what we are doing. We are a service that's provided. HomeHub is a service for the agents. We are not a salespeople. We do go over options if they are interested. There is a security consultation if they're interested. There is a solar consultation where we're not necessarily selling, but we are giving them all of the different ideas and plans. Same thing with cable. Like, oh, okay, well, you want extra movie channel? Like, we're going to give and explain all of the information, but it is not salespeople. The client, by the way, and the agent, you guys are in control. If the client wants to use that concierge service, there's an email that's sent out. You can disable the invite to those clients. And just so you are aware, the client, if your client says, oh, I don't really think I'm going to need this, just tell them to tell the concierge when they call, I'm not interested, but thank you. It will stop any communication cadence moving forward. We honor that. When someone says, leave me alone, we leave them alone. We're not going to, then start texting them or then try to reach out a different way. We very much honor that from each client. And then the other thing is the concierge is really only there to help them on everything within the home. We do not sell or share any of that information.
Hey, Kate, do you also, besides this one too, that communication cadence from the concierge to just show the
yeah, I can get that.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that in 2 seconds.
Because I do get asked a lot of questions from ASCs and agents about that process.
No problem. I'll pull that up in 2 seconds. This is a simple one. Agents who say, I don't have enough time to learn a new tool. We actually have a new learning management system that we're going to roll out here soon. And everything is also available. I mean, JD and Danielle we do a monthly call on the training. There are tech tips that Danielle sends out as well. So if you're like, I don't want to listen to Kate talk for 30 more minutes, good grief, help me. All you need to do is watch a 2-minute video on how to add a client, how to add a vendor. So it's very quick and easy for you to be able to become familiar with that as well. I talk way too much, don't I? Look at the time. All right, the thing. So I don't know what I do after my client's invited, right? Agents, we're all type A. I'm an agent. I need to be in control of everything. I'm not just going to give my stuff away and then be like, well, there we go. Client's happy. I need to know what's happening. Each agent will be given an email with a summary of what the client accomplished on that call with the concierge. So the agent is always in the know. This is a great way to reach back out. Oh, okay. Did you know that your gas is coming today, or the electric, or your internet, your cable? What another great touch point for you. I am going to share, because I do want to get that one thing up for you guys, and I do want to be honor your time here. I'm going to send this out to everyone. But if we miss invites, it's typically because the client email is missing, the agent email does not match what's in the system, or we're not clicking pending. So we need to make sure that we have a deal marked pending with enough time to reach out to the client to invite them to the dashboard. If you put something pending with 1 day before it's closing, we're not going to reach out because we're going to assume everything's already done. I will send this also. It just kind of explains everything from the admin dashboard, so you understand what each thing means when you go into those offices. And then I wanted to give a quick congrats. I'm sorry if people need to sign off. I apologize, Carrie. I apologize. I always talk too much.
We've got a few minutes. Thank you. Yep.
The congratulations to some of these offices. Danielle, did you want to say anything about any of these offices now, or do you want me to go to the next slide?
Just, these are the offices, obviously, that Kate's sharing here with invites that are sent out and users helped in that percentage conversion rate. And these are the offices that have the higher percentage. I also believe, Mercedes is in one of those offices. She's our ASC of our Canton, Ohio office, and she spoke a little bit earlier. Number 6, congratulations. I mean, it just is wonderful, the work you guys are all doing there. So thank you.
This is not a bad thing. This just means you should call me and we'll hang out. Some issues with some brokers, or excuse me, with some offices. So the higher the percent means the most room for improvement. Basically, the invites that we've sent out versus how many invites we've missed. So this is usually, you know, there's something's going on in that transaction system that we're missing out on. And then, excuse me, stopped invites. This might mean that there just needs to be an office training, that people are getting the email, they're clicking stop, they're not into it, they don't want their client to get it. You know, we just be curious, like, why are we stopping it? Is there another system that they have in place? Are they not familiar with it? I'd love to know those reasons as well. Danielle, anything you want to say to this slide?
No, thank you for sharing that too. And at the end, when we're all done too, I'll make ourselves available that we can come into the offices. So I'll speak about that.
There's marketing collateral. I can send that after, but to Danielle's point, I wanted to also just add this fun slide.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah.
So this is just how I'll end it. I know we're 3 minutes late. I apologize. So how this works, these numbers are days post pending. So 1 day after pending, right? The agent gets an email first, then the client will. They get an email and a text. Then on day 2, they get a call, an email, a call, so on and so forth. If at any point they say no, thank you to the experience, to the service, we stop right then and there. We don't move forward. On 3 weeks after it's gone pending, at this point we say, hey, congrats on your home. We're not going to bother you again. I will tell you, we do have some responsive text messaging, meaning that you can text and ask for help through the text messaging. And then there is a bit of artificial intelligence with that, at least to get them scheduled and set up with their appointments. Danielle, I'll send this whole slide deck to you. And then the last thing I wanted to share. So a lot of times, if there is a fire that needs to be put out, agents go to managers, they go to ASCs, right? So what to do ahead of time to make sure that we have less fires? One, just tell the agent to let the concierge know, or the client to let the concierge know if there's any change in date for their closing or for their move, okay? That's probably one of the biggest things. If anything changes from that initial move, we want to make sure that those utilities aren't turned on, if they need to be earlier or later, etc. Have the agent check that summary from the concierge. You know, very rarely do we get things wrong, but, you know, sometimes maybe we set something up in like the wrong, I don't know, electric or something. Just have the agent double check some of that. I just think it's nice to be aware of. And then if you need help from anything else, help at moveeasy.com. We have a response rate that's 12 minutes. So if you can be patient for 12 minutes, we have 2 incredible people. Danielle knows them well. Rocky and Mo handle everything incredibly. That is an actual person who's going to answer that. That's not like some big email filter that's going to you know, some help center. It's going to be actually Rocky and Mo that check that all the time.
Love Rocky and Mo.
Carrie, I apologize. Danielle, was there anything else, or should we?
Well, yes, I did have a summary at the end. Do we have any other questions though from anyone that they would like to get answered while we have Kate on too as well? Any specific questions? Any other things we can help you overcome? Thoughts? Yep, I saw Becky's. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you so much, Kate. We really appreciate you joining. So we know that program adoption happens right from the top down. So that includes, besides our leaders and office managers, it's our ASCs and RSCs that work with our agents every single day and help them and, you know, provide all those, you know, the understanding for the programs. They embrace the programs, use them, and help promote them, you know, with our agents, which makes our agents, you know, feel more comfortable and supported. And that's when agent adoption, you know, happens. So our company-wide goal is to increase agent adoption of HomeHub by adding, and remember, here are the key points. This is complimentary for all of our agents to use and all of their clients to use for lifetime. Complimentary service. It's agent branded to each specific agent. It's a valuable service to the agent's total value proposition. It gives better service, wins more business. You're the source of all things real estate, generates repeat and referral business, which is huge. You can use it for lead capture and lead generation. and it aids in recruiting and retention. This program does it all. I mean, it offers all. It's really, really fabulous. Now remember, we're holding the ASC Gamify Home Hub contest monthly to win cash prizes with a $250 grand prize drawing in December. So please make sure all ASCs enter on the 5th of each month. And hey, we'll do the drawing the very next business day. You can find everything you need in that form to submit for that in the ASC Square, ASC Home Hub Square. So Kate and I, one of the biggest reasons we did this today is to open it up and help you overcome these objections, right? And answer those questions when the agents ask you. And we're here to help you with this. So if you would like to schedule a training session just for your office to help your agents, hey, Kate and I are available for that. Just reach out to us and let us know, hey, you know, I was on there, or hey, I couldn't make it, I saw the recording. I'd really love for you to come into our lunch and learn, you know, and answer some objections or help with my agents. Hey, we're here to do that. We would love to do that. So just reach out to us. We also have our tech team, Mo and Rocky, help@moveeasy.com. So thank you so much, and get started using HomeHub today.
Danielle, can I add one last thing? Although that was such a great ending. If anyone is in the greater Cleveland area, or just in, like, I mean, I don't even know, a little set wherever. I mean, within an hour, I will drive. I can do in-person things as well.
Wow.
If you think that, I mean, hopefully my energy comes through virtually, but I would love to come to an office in person and help if you think that would be beneficial as well.
Thank you, Kate. Yes, we do have in our Ohio region 14 offices in the greater Cleveland area, and then Florida, of course, and then both coasts of Florida, you know, both coasts of Florida, Michigan, and all over. So Becky, I saw your message, and Strongsville office, I saw your message too. So here's Kate's email right here in the chat box. You have mine, or you can find it right in our marketing group. And yeah, please reach out. We'd love to put something together for the offices. So definitely. Thank you for your time today. Really appreciate it. We'll get this recorded, sent out along with that slide deck, and I'll follow through with an email so all office managers, ASCs, and RSCs have it. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye now.